The hospitals of Gaza City have become the focal point in the latest unfortunate development in the conflict between Israel and the Hamas militants. Doctors Without Borders, an international medical humanitarian organization, has reported of increased Israeli strikes at and near medical facilities, saying that the situation at the Al-Shifa hospital is catastrophic, to say the least. Israel has alleged Hamas militants of using hospitals as human shield and operating tunnels underneath, even as Hamas has opposed the allegations. Good evening, I'm Abhyuday Shrestha, and these are the headlines of the hour. Lakmi Puja being celebrated on the second day of Deepawali today. The glamour of Tihar and Deusi Bhailo sets in across the country. Experts call on the government to declare Jajalkot and Rukum West as crisis-hit region. 130 million rupees collected in the Earthquake Support Fund. Israel's military says it is ready to evacuate babies from Gaza's largest hospital, Al-Shifa. Some progress toward a deal to free hostages held by Hamas in Gaza reported. And India registered another massive victory at the ICC World Cup to maintain all-win record, crush Netherlands by 160 runs. On the second day of Yam Panchak or Tihar festival, the second biggest festival of Hindus, Lakmi Puja is being observed this evening with a lot of enthusiasm and fanfare. Lakmi Puja is being observed by worshipping deity Lakshmi, considered as the goddess of wealth and prosperity. It is believed that Goddess Lakshmi does not reside in houses with poor sanitation, and therefore she is invited by ensuring good sanitation. Bhailo, a musical program, is also played on the evening of Lakmi Puja as revelers go from door to door singing and dancing Bhailo songs. The revelers ask for the blessings of Goddess Lakshmi on the households, and in turn people give them money and delicacies. In recent time, the culture of playing Deusi Bhailo has however dwindled due to a number of factors including modernization. The legend has it that Lord Vishnu had directed the commoners to sing Deusi Bhailo in honor of King Bali, who was blessed with the power to rule over the world and beyond. Prior to this, on the second day of Yam Panchak today, Kukur Tihar was celebrated earlier this morning. Kukur Tihar and Lakmi Puja have coincided this year due to the overlapping of Nepali dates. Meanwhile, the birth anniversary of Mahakavi or the great poet Lakshmi Prasad Devkota was also celebrated today. The great poet Devkota's Muna Madan and Shakuntala still feature among the best-selling books in the Nepali literature. Devkota was born on this day of Lakmi Puja in 1909, while he passed away in September 1959. The Kathmandu metropolis today allocated 4 places in the capital for the sale of Nepali flowers during Tihar with the intention of promoting domestic flower production. The businesses, however, complained that the consumers were not well informed about the places to buy flowers, which resulted in the loss of them. Kathmandu Mayor Balin Shah informed that sales points have been established at Brikuni Mandap, Tinkune, Hanigaon and Balaju to facilitate the sales of Nepali flowers. Mayor Shah, through social media, has said that only Nepali flowers would be sold at flower sales points at the 4 locations, and Kathmandu metropolis would not create any obstacles to the vendors selling flowers there. Monitoring will be carried out by Chamber of Commerce and Nepal Floriculture Association in the sale of Nepali flowers in the 4 locations. Flowers are sold at the main markets of Kathmandu during Tihar every year. As the Kathmandu metropolis did not give prior notice regarding the flower sales points to sell flowers, traders reached Asan, Indrachok and New Road to sell their flowers. With the help of Metropolitan Police, the flower traders were taken to the locations allocated by the Kathmandu metropolis to sell their flowers. In previous years, majority of the flowers found in the Nepalese market during major festivals were imported from India. This year, Nepali flowers have taken 80% of the market during the festivities. Over 300 million rupees worth of flowers is expected to be sold during the ongoing Tihar festival. In the markets that sell majority imported goods in other times, sale of local and traditional products have gone up during the Tihar festival. Along with flowers like marigold, which are needed in Tihar, traditional brooms, Nepali dhaka cloth, red mud, among other items are being sold. During the Tihar festival, products of small and marginalized farmers have found market. Local products are being sold at Kathmandu's Asan, Lalitpur's Patan, and in markets of Bhaktapur. Apart from the traditional products, dry fruits worth more than 2 billion rupees are sold during Tihar, while decorating colorful lights worth around 50 million rupees are imported as per the statistics provided by the Department of Customs. Likewise, gold and silver transactions worth 1.5 to 2 billion rupees are carried out during Tihar. The Gold Silver Dealers Association has informed that 50 kilograms of gold and 1,000 kilograms of silver were sold on the day of Dhanteras last Friday. In our Public Voice segment, today we have asked people in several provinces what should be done to promote traditional products that are bought during the Tihar festival. Let's take a look at what they had to say.
चाडबाट आएको बेला सेलरोटी फिनी अरिसा बनाउने गर्छन् यो चीजलाई चाहिँ व्यवसाय गर्नको लागि ब्रान्डिङ गर्नुपर्छ
प्रशासनले मार्केट अनुगमन गर्नु पर्यो के
गाउँ घरमा पाइने वस्तु चीज वस्तुहरुलाई हामीले बजारमा ल्याएर प्रचार प्रसार गर्नुपर्छ
कन्जम्सन बढाउनु पर्यो कन्जम्सन बढाउनको लागि मूल्य जुन त्यसमा लागत मूल्य हुन्छ लागत मूल्य घटाउनु पर्छ
गाउँ घरमा बनाउने परिकारहरुलाई बजारमा ल्याएर अनि त्यो परिकारको प्रचार प्रसार गरेर
स्थानीय कृषकहरुलाई प्रोत्साहन स्वरूप राज्यबाट केही राहत सहुलियत दिनुपर्छ भन्ने लाग्छ
आफ्नै ओडामै आफ्नै घर गाउँमै हैन त्यो उत्पादन गर्नुपर्छ
रैथाने उत्पादनलाई बढी प्रयोग पनि गर्नु पर्यो र त्यसैगरी प्रचार प्रसार पनि गर्नु पर्यो
सरकारले रैथानीय उत्पादनको पकेट क्षेत्र घोषणा गरेर अगाडि बढाउँदा राम्रै होला
स्थानीय सरकारहरूले ध्यान दिनुपर्छ
सरकारले पनि कृषि कुराहरूलाई प्रधानताको साथमा राख्नु पर्दछ
उत्पादनमा जोड दिने किसिमको त्यस्तो किसिमको कार्यक्रमहरू चलाएर
सुलभ तरिकाले जनतासम्म उपलब्ध गराउनु पर्यो
मखमली गोदावरी सयपत्री फूल एकदम चल्तीमा ल्याउनु पर्यो
Now some news related to the Jajarkot earthquake. $35,573 tents for the Jajarkot earthquake victims have reached the earthquake region so far. A total of 32,715 tents have been distributed to all the 7 local levels. 3,749 tents have been handed so far to the earthquake victims in Jajarkot's Kushe rural municipality. Likewise, 351 tents have been distributed in Chharegarh municipality, 3,873 in Juni Chande rural municipality, 8,871 in Nalgarh municipality, and 4,781 in Barekot rural municipality. The district administration office has informed that 6,189 tents have been handed in Bheri municipality and 2,201 tents in Shivalaya rural municipality. Likewise, 10,771 sacks of rice have reached the district as relief assistance, out of which 1,191 sacks have been distributed in Kushe rural municipality, 1,392 in Chharegarh municipality, and 787 sacks in Juni Chande rural municipality. The local administration has informed that 2,575 sacks of rice have also been distributed in Nalgarh municipality, 395 in Barekot rural municipality, 2,440 in Bheri municipality, and 702 sacks in Shivalaya rural municipality. The government has decided to immediately hand over 50,000 rupees to the earthquake victims for the construction of their shelters. An executive meeting of the Disaster Control and Minimization Authority held today decided to hand over 50,000 rupees to the earthquake victims from Jajarkot and Rukum West immediately for the construction of temporary houses. The assistance amount will be provided in 2 installments. The Jajarkot earthquake on the night of 3rd of November, just over a week ago, had destroyed some 26,557 houses, while 35,455 houses were partially damaged. The authority has also drawn maps of 3 different sizes for the construction of temporary homes. The authority estimates that 4.7 billion rupees would be spent for the construction of the temporary houses. Meanwhile, experts have called on the government to declare Jajarkot and Rukum West as crisis-hit region. Meanwhile, the authority has informed that 32,218 tarpaulins, 132 tents, 24,322 blankets, among other relief materials, have been distributed to the earthquake victims in Jajarkot. Likewise, 18,977 tarpaulins, 489 tents, and 10,737 blankets have been distributed among other relief assistance in Rukum West. It's time now for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
But before that, let's take a look at the results from yesterday's poll. Yesterday, we had asked you, what's your take on adding new airports while facing difficulty in managing airports that are in operation? 85% voted for A, politics for votes, 8% voted for B, effects of pressure, and 7% voted for C, need of airports. Here's today's question. What could be the reason for the halting of the government's tender process? Your options are A, government inability, B, lack of fund, and C, procedural hassles. The voting is on. Type NEWS. Select your option A, B, or C and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. And it's time now for the international update. Israel's military said it was ready to evacuate babies from Gaza's largest hospital today, where Palestinian officials said 2 newborns died and dozens more were at risk after fuel ran out amid intense fighting in the area. As the humanitarian situation worsened, Gaza's border authority said the Rafah crossing into Egypt would reopen today for foreign passport holders after closing on Friday. Hamas said it had completely or partially destroyed more than 160 Israeli military targets in Gaza, including more than 25 vehicles in the past 48 hours. An Israeli military spokesperson said Hamas had lost control of northern Gaza. At a news conference late yesterday, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu announced the deaths of 5 more Israeli soldiers in Gaza. The Israeli military said 46 had been killed since its ground operations there began. Israel's 3 major TV news channels, without citing named sources, said there was some progress toward a deal to free hostages held by Hamas in Gaza. Netanyahu said he would not discuss details of any possible deal, which, according to N12 News, would involve 50 to 100 women, children, and elderly being released in stages during a 3 to 5 day pause in fighting. According to the reports, Israel would release women and minor Palestinian prisoners and consider letting fuel into Gaza while reserving the right to resume fighting. In Tel Aviv, thousands joined a rally to support families of the hostages. It's time now for the sports news.
Sports news.
2 national squads left to play in the international tournaments today. Men's national football squad left for the UAE to play in the FIFA World Cup qualifiers. Nepal take on UAE in the second round World Cup qualifiers later this week. After returning from the UAE, Nepal will play against Yemen at home. Likewise, women's national cricket squad also left for Hong Kong to play in the 4-nation T20 series. Nepal will play against Hong Kong, Japan, and Tanzania during the tournament. Nepal is scheduled to take on Tanzania this Tuesday under the captaincy of newly appointed skipper Indu Verma. That's all for the moment. Thank you for watching. Happy Tihar.